So help us here with your source of meetings. Social, email, phone. What percentage is coming from where? Share
Yeah,
that.
definitely vast majority from the phone, probably between 70 and 80%, depending on the week. And then very little social. That's honestly something I haven't mastered nor put a ton of effort into. I do mostly social to find things to talk about in phone calls and emails. So
Okay, cool. Yeah, that seems like a lot of fun then. From the emails, are these mostly like replies to the sequence, or kind of like, talk on the phone, then send email back and forth and book it, or they reply to the sequence, then you reply back, then they reply back, then you reply back, then book it.
very rarely will I get a meeting booked straight from an email. The point of my emails is to get people on the phone. I feel like people object to emails way easier. They have a lot more time to come back and think about why they should say no to me.
Yeah.
So the purpose of my emails is always to get them on a phone call.
Yep, I like that. And I did subscribe to that methodology forever. I so strongly believe it's a really good way to approach it, depending on your market.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's easier to interact 2 minutes on the phone and just answer all their objections and book it. People are lazy to every time have to click reply and type
Right.
again. What I've seen though, sometimes it's interesting, with Alti sales, we're reaching out to so many markets because we're working with different clients. Sometimes we're selling to IT, sometimes customer support, sometimes marketing, sometimes enterprise companies, sometimes mid-market, sometimes SMBs. Like, we've done it all, and it varies. Something I've seen for the audience that could be helpful is, I recommend always, if you get an email reply with an objection, call them. And
Mm-hmm.
then if you are unable to get them on the phone, just reply back and say, John, I tried calling you to explain how this works, but I wasn't able to get you on the phone. Here's my perspective, right? And you write about it, and you're like, would it make sense to meet for 15 minutes? And then you can start increasing the strength of your close. There are specific ways you can learn about it. I think I might have some of my older blog posts on LinkedIn mentioning some of those things, but you can go from like super nicely, like, would it make sense to talk for 15 minutes, to like, is there a reason why you wouldn't take a look at this, or like,
Yeah.
things like that are like more like the default option is for you to take a look. If you're saying no, it has to be a strong one, or you can even close the meeting in different ways. So yeah,
Absolutely.
that's
I
cool
like
that
that
you're doing
advice
both.
to call them right away. I think that's really good, because a lot of times we'll spend a lot of time crafting a rebuttal to this objection when you could just have that conversation on the phone.
Yeah, even like, especially if you get a quick response, you're on your email, you're walking around, whatever, or you're not at your desk, you should just reply back immediately, like, I'll call you in 30 seconds, and just run to your desk and call them. And then
Yeah.
when they see the email, like, I'll call you in 30 seconds, when the phone rings, they know it's you now. So they're
Mm-hmm.
more likely to pick up. And then the idea is not to be like, what you said is not right, like, this is what we do, it's different, right? Like, of course you never want to do that with a prospect, right?
Right.
Like, hey man, I read your email, totally understand your concern. It seems like you're thinking about it this way. The way we've seen things is this other way, and here are the benefits. And you're talking about pricing, and we have different packages or whatever. And if you can't spend whatever, like, I know a lot of solutions have minimums. So like, if you really think that like $10,000, let's say that's your minimum, is completely out of your world, I don't think that you can get a lot. Even if you have no packages under $10,000, I can say I don't think you'll get a lot from us for under $10,000. From what I've researched from your company, you at least need to be spending 10,000. So if 10,000 is a just non-starter, we shouldn't talk.
Yeah.
But 10,000 is usually very small for what my clients say, and in that case, blah blah blah, and then you can rebuttal, or like work that objection.
Yeah.
Um, that is also interesting, Ali. I think you've done a good job on our cold calling training for a lot of objections.